Happy Friday.
Had another CMG board meeting, which was super exciting. Getting to look at and take time out of the day-to-day to look towards where are we taking this beast, what are we doing, how do we improve, what can we introduce. So some very exciting things on the horizon, looking forward to introducing. So it's an opportunity to sit down to have key people in the business address their findings over the past month, 2 months, kick off from where we left off previously. So again, board meetings about setting a foundation, progressing, and then at the next board meeting, checking in on that, seeing what's been done, what changes have happened, and just an opportunity for us to present to the board and the people involved findings over the past 1 to 2 months.
All right. Happy Friday, everybody.
Happy Friday.
Any exciting things happen overnight that anybody wants to share?
I met Indiana Jones this morning.
You met who?
Indiana Jones.
Watched a cool movie on Netflix, the new I was going to say Chris Brown, but it's not. It's his name, Chris Rock and Adam Sandler.
Oh, yeah.
Actually haven't laughed like that hard in a while.
What was it called?
I had to pause it. Because I didn't want to keep missing bits, but like me and Emily were both in a bit of a laughing fit. It was quite funny.
What was it called?
Don't know.
Right.
It was that funny, I forgot everything about it. Yeah, one of our key values at CMG is bringing the joy. I quite often am saying to the team, make sure when you walk through that door, you check yourself before you wreck yourself, Don't say it like that though. That's what I'd say if I was a rapper. But you set your intention at the start at the door and you walk through and you're bringing happiness. And I'm not saying you need to jump through the door and like Liam did, turn up as Indiana Jones. But you got to look at the fun, the carry-on effect of something like that, something so simple, what that can do and what that can bring. But I think it's also really important as a business to be able to lay that foundation and allow that to be okay and allow that to be the norm and reward that, so to speak. So what I mean by rewarding is if someone does do that, you sit down and go, hey, good on you for doing that. You can see it brought a lot of laughter, a lot of fun. Keep it up, Don't come in every day doing something crazy. I'm sure it would lose its value. But look, it's exciting and it's fun, and it's equally as important as the employer to be able to make it a safe space for someone to be able to do that.
My one was actually echoing Dan Fran's one, or the agency's one, to work with a brand bringing out a completely new product that doesn't relate to their current service offering. So not only did we prove product market fit, we were able to drive revenue for her, and averaging 6.52 return on ad spend for the month is for a brand new brand. So that's phenomenal results, and I think that's something as an agency on an international level, something we should be really, really proud about. So big props to Dan Fran, big props to the team as well, Tina and Jake, the creative that you put together for that. So
there's nothing better than coming in and hearing how one client just got 6 times return on ad spend, this client here's at up to 30 times return on ad spend, this client here just got their first 100,000, this client here just got their first ticket sale, etc. So it's really exciting to be able to share and bask in all the wins, because that's what it's all about. Digital marketing in this day and age it's a relatively new thing, and there's a lot of new people coming on in the industry every single day. Competition is becoming greater, and it just allows us to really tighten up and refine our game. And the goal is results. That's the business we're in. We're in a results-driven business. So it's really exciting to be able to share in that. It's keeps the team motivated, keeps the client happy and motivated, and it also makes me very happy as well, of course. All right, we're about to go live. Second episode of Notified live. We're going to test a few different things out today, so we'll see how that goes. Super exciting. No idea how this is going to pan out, except for it's going to pan. And that's on my personal. And on my personal.
It's not live yet, so I'll click it right now.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Notified. I'm Brett Campbell, founder of the Campbell Media Group, where we help businesses do more business. Today's episode is a doozy. We have got a lot to cover. I'm super excited actually. As I was doing my regular research, looking at what's hot, I was extremely excited. I almost wanted to not do this episode and just go out straight to the team and start implementing some of these changes. However, today we're going to be talking about sharing to stories. So Facebook, Instagram, menage a trois. We're going to talk about the updates of Facebook. They're introducing a number of new things, even getting into the dating game. That's going to be a game changer for all those single people out there. Not for me though, happily married. We're also going to be talking about a brand new creative option that for us as a creative agency is really going to be able to take our content and our advertising and just our simple brand awareness, being able to take it to the next level by implementing some amazing technology. So super excited to share that with you. Yes, we started the CMG marketing strategy ourselves. It's been quite interesting. We're almost coming up to a year and we really haven't, which is quite ironic, we really haven't solidified our full sophisticated marketing game plan. We've been putting out consistent content every single day for a year, so if that leaves any clues to you, but really excited about what we're doing. We're not going to be just launching a stock standard marketing campaign. We need to lead from the front. We need to let our marketing do the talking, which I'm 100% certain is going to do that. We're going to launch something that I haven't seen before from any other company. The last thing we want to be doing again is just following in the shadows of someone else. So we're going to take some big bold moves. We're going to attempt a couple of things and we'll see how that pays off. Really excited, early days, but I'm sure we'll be tracking it in the vlog and keeping you up to date with how it's all working. I'm sure you're going to see it. If you're watching this, you're definitely going to see it because we're pixeling you. That's what we're doing. This year's worth of people watching the vlogs, we're coming for you. So really exciting. Looking forward to it. So obviously I'm looking at it, three main pillars. We've got Facebook, we've got YouTube, and we've got LinkedIn. Each of them obviously going to have a different strategy, but they'll all tie in together, essentially. Do you feel there's anything else missing from?
There could be an argument for AdWords.
Yeah.
Could be an argument for that.
Yeah, it could be. This is that.
I think as well, like written blog on the website.
Yep.
Which will sort of come.
That'll come underneath these.
Yeah, there'll be more content.
These are the channels.
Podcast as well.
Yeah.
Do you know what? I'm actually really bullish on podcasts as well. It's just the amount of time that it takes, but.
Yeah, well, I'd be stupid to say podcasts aren't great. I think I've done 6 podcasts, so there's massive value in it.
Are you able to look at the analytics of how many people have
downloaded and stuff?
Downloaded, how long they've watched it for?
Yeah,
to get that granular?
Yeah. For me, podcasts, if we looked at and we put a primary, collective, what do we think would be the first cab? If we could only use one of these right now, which would be our first cab off the rank? It's $1 million question. You need to focus on the content that you find easiest to produce to start with. If you don't have any content out there to the market, you just need to pick up your iPhone and start filming some. And then again, on the flip side, maybe you don't, maybe that could tarnish your brand. There's so many variables, and it's, when someone asks, where do I start? It's like, whew. You can start on Facebook, you can start on LinkedIn, you can start a Snapchat channel, Instagram stories. There's so many variables that come into play with that. But you just got to start somewhere. That's the ultimate. You've just got to start somewhere. And you'll quickly know that if you're going down a specific channel, whether or not that's somewhere you need to continue to play with. That's why I love the ability to be able to tap into people very quickly. You can run polls now instantly and in a few hours know what someone's interested in or what they want more of. At the very least, maybe first place to start, jump on Facebook, set up a poll, ask people questions and actually get their feedback instead of thinking about yourself going, I wonder if they want this, I wonder if they'd like that. I wonder if I should start a podcast or a video series, or if I should do a blog, if I should write blogs, I don't know. Maybe I should reach out to magazines and get published in them. There's so many options.
My sentiment is it should at this point just be a land grab, and it should be about pushing as much content out as we can in as many different channels as we can. And so that we can, rather than speculate, we can look back in a month or 6 weeks and go, what's working, where are we getting traction? And it should just be an ethos of pushing out as much content on as many channels as possible. And I'm pretty bullish on LinkedIn and on AdWords, but I think to your point, it's an ecosystem. Let's just get it out everywhere, far and wide.
Before I ever went out to a magazine to get published, I wrote my own blogs first, which allowed me to leverage my own blogs and say, hey, here's some of the content I've written. I'd love to be a contributor to your magazine. And that's how I got published in one of Australia's leading fitness magazines. Created content first, got better at my skill, honed it, and passed it on. I'm not going to go to Netflix and say, here's my 1 hour special if I've never done any filming myself. You got to look at what are the logical steps that you need to take. If you've never done video before, my suggestion wouldn't be to go and get a media room set up, and unless you've got the budget to pay for it, of course, then by all means I'd suggest go straight to the top. But you got to look at what's the return that you're going to get from producing this content. So it's a around the world answer. There really is no one answer, but you've got to start somewhere.
Another quick week for me especially. Seems to be a pretty consistent theme around here, but something that really has come to mind for me over the week is specifically the really stellar performance that we've had with I think that's been in isolation, it's been a huge win for the agency, it's been a huge win for her brand, and it's been a huge win for her personally. We probably never would have set the benchmark at 6 times return on ad spend, because we're at 6.5 now. That's pretty bloody high, and some really sort of stellar results in e-commerce. And Dan Fran's come out and he's benchmarked himself at 10 times return on ad spend for the next month, which made me think of a story of a famous Kiwi athlete named John Walker. He was the first person to run a mile under 4 minutes in 1975. First person in the world. And they said it could never ever be done. And what was ironic is that within a month after that, 4 other people ran a mile under 4 minutes. And so what it does is challenge your belief systems of what you believe is real. And I think it's important that we realize we're only limited by the ceiling of what we believe we think we can achieve. I would argue that you probably never believed, or we maybe never probably believed, that within 2 months of we could hit 6 times return on ad spend. Right now you put out 10 times in bright shining lights, and what that does is collectively elevate our benchmark, and we get better and better and better. So it's important to recognize that we're only limited by the ceiling of our own belief system, and that we should, coming back to that competitive edge, always be reaching for the stars, and we'll land in the clouds, so to speak. A bit of a cliche, but it's a reality of life. If we're going as hard as we can and always endeavouring to push our limits as high as we can, then we'll just get better and better over time, and we'll be looking back in 6 months and getting 15 times return on ad spend, and it'll just be day to day for us. So I appreciate your efforts on that campaign. I appreciate that you lending yourself to Brett's adage of not getting complacent, always pushing the limits and seeing how we can do something better and better has really come to fruition. So well done, Dan Fran, well done team, and let's keep that at the forefront.